So, Solitaire is a pretty good game if you need to kill some time. You just have a spare deck of cards lying around. It's a one-player card game that has a fairly simple concept. It's also good if you don't have any friends. I've played this game a lot, so I know how to set it up pretty quickly. It doesn't really matter what order you place the cards in. So as long as it just looks remotely like this, I'm sure you'll do fine. So the main goal of Solitaire is to sort all the cards into their different suits, which go here. And you start by finding the aces. Luckily we got one right here, and so I'll put it right here. And so anytime you move a card and it reveals the next one, you just take it and flip it over. And so the way we reveal other cards is by sorting them by number and color, but it's a little more complicated than that. You see, I can move this 8 over to the 9 because 1 less than 9 is 8, and it's the opposite color. That might be a little confusing, but if you just watch me play for a while, I'm sure you'll understand it. This game is very intuitive. And so we reveal the next card. Ooh, the 2 of clubs. That's going to be useful for when we find the ace of clubs. And luckily we can move this 7 over to the 8. You see how they're alternating in color? That's how it works. So, and then we're going to need the 6, then the 5, then the 4. I don't know what comes after 4, but hey, we're learning together. Okay, so here's the thing with kings. Kings can only go in empty spaces, which I can create one right here. But I'm actually not going to make one, and you'll see why later. So I think we're out of moves right now. And so what we do is we draw from the pile. And some people say that you need to draw 3 at once to make it more difficult. I call those people correct. We can't do anything with the 6 right now, so let's just keep drawing. Ooh, an ace. Lucky. I should play the lottery. Next card, a 5. That would be useful if there was a 6 to put it on. Oh, nice. Got another ace. Oh, and see, now what we can do is we take the next number, because ace is the lowest, take the next number up and we put it up. And if you just keep doing that, revealing cards, and then sorting them via suit, that's how you win the game. But that's easier said than done. Alright, so we can just take this 2 of clubs, put it on the 3, make sure to... Oh, okay. So in Solitaire, you actually do play with the jokers, and the joker doesn't sort into any of the 4 suits, but what it does is you can save it and use it as an ability later. Alright, let's just flip over the next card. That's a 7. And let's just keep going through the deck. And so there is a limited amount of cards in the deck, and when you reach the end of it, you don't shuffle it, you just flip it back over. So you're just cycling through the same cards over and over. And we got really lucky here. We got all 4 aces, so this will be a pretty good tutorial on how to be lucky. 2 goes on the ace, and okay, so I got what I was looking for. This is why I didn't move the red king over to the empty space, because if I want to move this jack, I'm going to need a red queen, and you can only place a red queen on a red king. But I feel pretty confident that the queen is in here somewhere. There's like a 4 in 3 chance or something. I mean, it's possible that it's stuck up here in one of these top cards and I just won't be able to advance, but whatever. Oh, cool, got the second ace. Nice. Pretty lucky. 2, that can go on the ace. Diamonds. And number 4, maybe I'm not as lucky as I thought I was. Nice. 2 of hearts. Then the 3 of hearts goes here, and we'll just remove the next card.
So yeah, the King of Diamonds has the type advantage here, but looks like they both rolled an 8. But I kind of want the King of Diamonds to win, so I'm going to use a defensive joker here so that we get an extra d6. And, just enough to sway the battle. So the King of Clubs is eliminated, and we get to keep the King of Diamonds. I actually meant to keep the King of Clubs in there and get rid of the King of Diamonds, so let's just pretend I did that. So that's gone. So what just happened there was when two kings come into contact, they need to fight as soon as you pull up the card. And the reason the King of Clubs and the King of Hearts aren't fighting was because they're not on the same romance side. And if you look at the actual rule book for Solitaire, at least in this version, if you turn to page 135, you can see this chart, which shows that the suits are arranged like this. On top you have red romance, which is hearts and diamonds, and on the bottom is black romance, which is the other two. And so if two suits are on the same side, like consupescent or conciliatory, that means that they have to fight. And you saw how I did that. You just do a really dumb thing with the camera, and then you roll some dice and a thing happens. So it looks like in order to advance, we're going to need the 3 of diamonds and the 4 of hearts if we want to get rid of these. That looks good. We can move this 6 over to the 7, move the 5 over, move the king over, and we get the ace of spades. I mean the 8 of spades. Oh, come on! Critical hit. Well, at least now there can't be any more battles. Let's just move this down here, not saving it for anyone else. And, oh, I didn't even see that. We can move this 7 over to the 8. 3 of spades? That's a spade. That's a spade. So I think we've already got the 2 in here, so yeah. 3 of spades. 10 of diamonds. Oh, we can move. Okay, so here's how suits work. Kings are the highest, then there's queens, and there's jacks, and then you can put a 10 on top of a jack. As long as it's the opposite color, of course. Queen. Oh, cool. Put the queen there. Perfect demonstration. You get bonus points if your cards are extra neat. Let's see what this is. The 8 of clubs. I always get clubs and spades and club spades mixed up. 7 of somethings. And the 3 of hearts. Cool, 3 of hearts. Now, you don't have to shuffle this, you can just flip it over. And then start drawing from it again. Hopefully I'll be able to show you what a finished game looks like. So once you've gone through the deck at least once, that really frees up a lot of your cards, and then you can start doing more long distance moves, like they might not always be right next to each other. This 9 can go on this 10 all the way over here, and that's what we're going to do. Now hopefully we can clear out this giant pile of cards here. 6 of hearts. Put that on the 7, very convenient. And the next is, okay, so here's the second joker. It looks a little different because unlike the first one, this isn't a combat joker. You can actually use this as a wish. And obviously what you want to do with this is to just wish for more jokers. Nice. So if you don't specify how many jokers you want, the game will usually just give you a random number between 1 and 4. I think do it pretty good. Ooh, that one's pretty rare. See, the rarest jokers are the ones that are colored and have a star. So that's going to be definitely useful in the future. But I'm doing pretty good, so I might not need them. There shouldn't be any surprises in the deck now that we've gone through it once. But now that we have these piles formed up, there should be a lot more useful cards now that we can sort them. Like this one. We've got the 6 of clubs. We've got the 4 of fives. 4 of hearts, nice. 5 of hearts. And 6 of hearts. There we are. You gotta keep an eye out. Make sure you're not just drawing from the pile. And this is an energy card, which I actually need because Anorith's only move, Fury Cutter, needs 1 energy and another energy of a different kind, and I only have leaf and water. So if you find another Pokemon like this one, it has, let's take a look at the stats. Execute has 50 HP, and my attack, if I attach 2 energy cards to it, you can read that.
Flip 3 coins. If one of them is heads, this attack does 10 damage plus 10 more damage. If 2 of them are heads, this attack does 10 damage plus 30 more damage. If all of them are heads, according to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly.
It says to flip a coin, but I don't have a coin, so I'm just going to use my calculator. Nice. Yes. Yay. So I think that works. I know I went through that pretty fast, but this is a Solitaire tutorial, not a Pokemon tutorial. So once you know all the rules to Solitaire, and you've played a few times, it's not that much about if you can beat the game, it's about how fast you can beat the game. For example, I can go this fast. Oh yeah, you can also take cards from the ace piles and put them back down if you need to do that. I don't need to do that. Haha, here's an example of how you would use a card from the ace pile to unlock moving a card. Let's hope this is something useful. Of course, you can't just do this forever until you win, in which case you can. So let's just put that under there. I really hope I didn't freeze. So there is one lose condition. It's where you have no moves at all. And if you do have moves, you're just moving the same card between 2 piles. And that would be bad. That would be bad. Can I win? I did it. I won.
Oops! Yeah, I know. Oops!